stop on this face.
Okay. For the screen.
Real 80s
And
ass
that
freeze
one's
frame.
going in the chat.
Since going in my burn book.
That one gets to be, that'll be the new Pog.
It's going in my cringe compilation.
Jesus Christ.
No, the new Pog has to be my weird The Mask face, where it's just like,
Please don't make it.
No, stop it. I hate that
looking at
face.
it's like a real life troll face. It makes me
It
want to
really
set shit on
is.
fire.
Stop it. I hate
Okay,
that face.
all right, we're 10 minutes in.
I love you. I
rob
love
them
your
off
face,
the
but I
set.
hate,
And we're
but I hate that expression.
15 minutes over our start time. All right.
sorry.
So, previously on our adventures in the world of The Witcher, in Saints Crossing, Kilton and Mare had uncovered the truth behind the blacksmith Tor's missing son, Lorcan, who turns out Lorcan ran away, and the lesson of the Mistwood was in fact a hoax to boost business. With Tor's confession and Kilton striking a deal for part of the haul, Kaspar and Opheia, meanwhile, had some meaningful conversations together, after which the group then reunited and began venturing into the eerie Mistwood. Nearly lost due to magical disorientation, their guide Ramin was the only one who managed to navigate the thick forests, leading the group at last to a hidden glade, finding not just the missing children, but also the Scoia'tael Borsus that they had previously encountered at a nearby sawmill, as well as a powerful relic Sylvan that was waiting for them.
Sylvan, that's the word. I forgot.
if it weren't for the Sylvan's law of these lands, Borsus, your head would be on a pike.
There's still time. The day's still young.
There is still time.
Ooh,
So we'll
Kaspar
load
wants
back
to kill
into
that guy.
Mistwood Glade.
He wants to kill that guy.
Mare is the only one who has any inclination of how powerful this creature is that sits in front of us. She's just the haha, we're in danger meme, and she cannot communicate that to anyone else without being absolutely rude.
Yeah, I just think this guy looks
generally
cool.
that relics are like fucking horrifyingly dangerous.
Yes, but I know in particular this thing is smart, it is crafty, and it can breathe fire.
I think I'll go with my token.
Just like Guy
design this
Fieri.
time. Or maybe
Just like Guy Fieri.
Just like Guy Fieri.
just
like-
like Guy Fieri.
For real, for real.
It's just like.
Oh, I was muted. That makes sense.
Were you making some
Welcome
really
back to
choice
Land
jokes?
of the Audible.
No, I was trying to say something relevant to my character over and over again.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man,
That's okay.
glad you didn't think we were just ignoring you for like much longer.
Yeah, it could have been longer. Just like Guy Fieri.
Just like Guy Fieri. Shut out.
He never calls him
Shout
back.
Sponsor us. Call us back.
Stop.
Oh, we can have a guest spot.
So here we are.
This game.
Here we are.
We were, if I recall, speaking of Guy Fieri, I recall the last time we were having some choice dishes.
yes,
Oh,
indeed.
yeah, we were getting a good meal, right?
You had convinced Julian to go sing around the campfire with some of the other locals that were there, and then the rest of you had gathered around with Flip, who appears to be a rock troll, and some of the missing children as they gather together a bunch of their food into quite a large feast presented here on the stage. They kind of pull up some of the benches, set up some kind of planks and boards as makeshift picnic tables, and lay out quite a lovely feast. Sitting at the end of the table being the hulking figure of Oberhassel the Sylvan. He says, what was his voice? No, it wasn't the fat bastard voice. I remember that much.
It should be,
Can
though.
it be?
It was not going
Pull
to
up
be.
the episode.
And then
We'll get
you all
demonetized.
suggested that it be the
Ow.
fat bastard voice. But
But it's him. He is the fat bastard.
he is a fat bastard.
Like
Not a
Myers,
bastard. He
come on our
he
podcast.
seems quite polite, to be fair.
I've met plenty of bastards who are actually like nice. It's just a.
Haven't. I feel like that those are mutually exclusive. I'm so sorry for your life.
If you're talking about being like a bastard derogatory or a bastard like just actual bastard.
If you're talking
Like
about
the-
someone on this podcast, knock it off.
No, hold on. Who has used bastard in the actual definition in the last 100 years?
Immortals, people.
Yeah.
We are in the world of The
people.
Witcher.
We are in the world of The Witcher. A
We're
bastard
in the
is
world
not
of The
always
Witcher.
is not always an
Monarchy
asshole.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it is just a fact of life.
You're not saying that in characters. I was just confused.
This is a lot of
I'm
justification for we think fat bastard from Austin Powers should be in this campaign, which I want us to revisit as a patently bad idea.
Yeah, it is
what
kind of
about-
bad.
What about Jim Carrey from The Mask?
Stop.
And
No.
Unless you're gonna be him.
in
I will
fact,
leave.
most of the final bosses in this campaign are just going to be like 90s and early 2000s
From
characters from comedy movies.
Yeah,
Dude, Borat.
Yeah. the villain of Mario's Dream is definitely either a Bond villain or Borat. There's no in between.
Yeah.
God.
Everyone go ahead and give me an awareness check as you're settling down
God,
here,
yeah.
Please let
looking
me do
at the
something.
Sylvan.
I'm desperate.
Woo!
Ooh,
Beautiful.
Mare with an early crit.
Someone's very
First crit of
aware.
the night.
All right.
Bo's McFreaking losing it.
Kaspar with a 16. It's hard for you to tear your attention away from Borsus and kind of the situation that you're in. You're kind of trying to keep situational awareness looking all around you. And so you're very aware of all of the movements of everyone near you and kind of the layout of the camp. Very situationally aware. However, of individual details, things start to kind of blur and it's hard to kind of focus in on them. Kilton and Opheia with a 21. You're able to kind of look and get a good read on the handful of the missing children that are helping out and settling in for the supper around here. You can see Winnie, Lorcan, and Ambrose, who is the he seems to be of dwarf heritage, and Lorcan and Winnie seem to both be humans. You also see in the distance, not distance, but a few meters away, Maeve and another girl that you don't recognize sitting with Julian around the fire with Borsus, and then you also notice a child here that seems to be fit the description of Macklin from what you
Old
have heard.
eagle-eyed Macklin.
Looking at these children, you note that they seem to be in fairly good health, maybe a bit disheveled and a bit dirty from living in the forest for a few weeks or months, but they seem to be generally well fed. They seem to be in good spirits. You see smiles and laughter between them. You see kind of a couple of them kind of giggling about maybe an inside joke. And it seems as though the kids are well cared for and don't seem to be in any immediate danger or harm. Looking at Oberhassel and Mari with a 25, you notice all of the above. And additionally, you notice that slipped inside of the, he's wearing sort of a like a rope, a braided rope, like satchel, and it's seems to have a number of alchemical ingredients in it. And you also notice that it has a little bit of like a leather sheath or pouch that is kind of woven into this rope satchel. And you notice that there is the distinctive appearance of what is perhaps a a stave or a wand of some kind, maybe 12 to 8 inches in length, and seems to sort of be of, you can only see kind of the handle of it poking out, but so it's hard to make, what kind of wood it's out of. But you've seen enough magical artifacts in your time to recognize a wand of some kind.
It's got magic.
Mare, since you were the only one to have noticed this, you go ahead and give us a magical training check, your special one.
Yes, sir. Profession.
Yes, sir.
21,
not too bad. It's hard to say. You've seen many magical artifacts. It could be any assortment of things, but looking at the situation of when you arrived at the Mistwood and taking into account the sort of haze that came over you, you get the impression that the magical artifact might have something to do with the strange effect that the woods themselves had on your party when you were trying to navigate it.
So maybe it's not the woods themselves that caused the getting lost, like the head rush and the getting lost, but the creature has an artifact that is infusing the wood with that kind of enchantment.
Don't trust that.
That's a pretty good assessment.
Okay. From what I know, based off of my previous roles, do I know that Sylvan? Is it a fair assessment that the magic that they have is to enthrall and manipulate emotion, manipulate like sense of self and security? Like these kids probably all escaped to like from really shitty home lives and were drawn here for some reason or another. And they're happy now, but how much of the happiness is them actually being happy and how much of it is the Sylvan's magic fucking with their mind? Or like the perceived sense of safety from being found while lost when the Sylvan is who got them lost in the first place. Just the girly thoughts.
Yeah. I think in that case, go ahead and, because you've already recalled kind of the information that you know about Sylvans. And in this case, I think give me a deduction check as you kind of start to put these clues together.
Deduction. I'm going to put a look into this. Everyone reset your luck.
Yep.
17. Not as good.
Yeah. So recalling the information that you know about Sylvans, and again, there's only so much known because they are quite rare.
So rare.
You don't recall. I mean, the legends talk about kind of mischievous and like tricksters that can sometimes lead people away and, dark deeds in the forest and things like that. But sifting through the information that is available within your mind and putting the pieces together, you don't think that generally they are known to have like magical abilities of persuasion. They do tend to be persuasive from what you recall, but not necessarily by magical means. They can
not coercive.
Yeah,
like
not generally
coercive.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. I don't want these kids to be mind controlled. So they're here. They're here of their own free will, but the Sylvan did kind of manipulate them into being here. What the conclusion that Mari is coming to. So not as bad as it could be. Not as bad as it could be, but still not great.
I mean, it's very, very possible that he didn't manipulate them to be here. Like more than just give them. Like
they're from 3 different towns though across a huge valley, and the wood is only one part of the valley. Why did they all end up here?
It's also it's worth noting
convinced
that
without being manipulated.
Wait, is this wood in the middle of those 3 towns?
No, it's not.
It's closer to the mine and to Saints Crossing. The other town is a little further, but it kind of is. Yeah, it's in the valley area, so it's not.
Saints Crossing's the biggest of the 3, though, right?
Yeah. It's
So
about
maybe
half
they
a
were-
day's from Saints Crossing. It's a few hours from the mine, maybe. Like, the mine is basically on the edge of the wood, and then the river bend is maybe a day's travel. So it's
So maybe the country kids were heading to Saints Crossing and ended up
Yeah,
here.
maybe they all ended up here, and none of them made it through. None of them made it through the woods. None of them made it to their destination if that's where they were going. I can't imagine all of them were going to go live in the woods. Can't imagine this was their destination.
My initial thought is that it only took one or two kids to happen upon this pretty good deal, like basically a artist commune, and then just spread the word along. Or
How?
somebody's recruiting these kids.
So someone's recruiting them. Maybe Borsus is recruiting them. Honestly,
Oh
Yeah.
god.
It's not.
he's the only other adult here.
I don't think it's probably manipulated to an extent, but I don't think that I don't think this is like a gingerbread house type situation.
I don't think it is either. I just think they're not all here by accident. I think they were like steered here and just found a really good deal and didn't want to leave.
I mean, yeah, would you want to? It seems like at least the only kids we heard about both had
Yeah.
one thing in common, and it was being artsy and having shitty home life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it's
That's-
like we could.
It's like how cults form. Ostracized individuals are preyed upon by a charismatic figure and brought into a perceived outgroup away from normal civilization to create a warped sense of social hierarchy.
But there's no evidence that this is a cult situation.
It's not yet.
It's
The night is still
culty.
young. It smells a little culty.
the group begins to kind of settle in around. They've set up the tables and begin kind of, putting out the dishes of the meal. What are you all doing at this point? It's going to be kind of hard to discuss these things without being overheard at this point.
Kaspar doesn't kick his eyes off of Borsus.
I'm sorry, but I'm also not taking my eyes off of Borsus.
Yeah, and at this point,
Borsus,
it's
sorry.
been-
I'm looking at over. I forgot to pronounce the Sylvan's name.
Oberhassel.
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 Where is Borsus?
He's over here by
I'm
the
gonna
fire.
be
You see another Scoia'tael
chatty.
come out. You recognize this one from the sawmill as well.
Oh,
Julian's going to return to the table
Kill
so
us.
after the smell of food.
And I think Kaspar's gonna be like over here so that he has a little bit like he's not gonna be. He wants to keep an eye on the fucker.
Sure, you're welcome to not settle in for the kind of meal that's being prepared. It might be perceived a bit rude, but not necessarily offensively, perhaps.
I mean, he can grab food and not eat at the table, right?
Sure, yeah.
at the kids' table.
I wonder.
He doesn't like. I mean, he's kind of a intimidating looking fellow. I think that nobody would argue with him to not have to sit next to him.
So all of the kids, even and the troll as well, seem friendly and smiling. They seem to, not be put off by your appearance.
Okay, no, never mind. I take it back. This is suspicious as hell.
Yeah.
What, that a troll would think you're not that ugly?
No, the kids would not be.
Dude, they're
Would not-
kids.
They're also
Yeah, but they're
hanging
not
out with a
little
troll and a
kids.
sylvan, so
Yeah, they're also hanging out with
Yeah.
a troll and a sylvan and Scoia'tael. Like, these are Northern Realms kids. Scoia'tael are boogeymen to them.
They've learned not to judge a book by its cover, probably, and I'm happy to be wrong about that. But
I would love for that.
I mean,
I would
they-
love to be wrong about that.
They could just be like young revolutionaries that got taken in by like Scoia'tael leanings.
Radicalized young,
that's
radicalized
fair.
artists.
Yeah,
Hell
elves
yeah.
and young
Just-
elves
that's how
and
they.
dwarves
That's how they
do it.
recruit. Yeah.
Yeah,
all right. Well, as you all,
hypothetically.
What's
I did-
Borsus doing?
If I get a
What's the Scoia'tael up to?
they're settling and they have their own little fire. They're not joining you guys for the main meal. It looks
isn't
as
that kinda
though you see the
rude?
gear for maybe two more that aren't at camp currently, perhaps out hunting. And so you see Borsus and this other one settling around the fire that's flickering and, pull out some rations. They're talking quietly under their breath. They don't really seem to be paying too much attention at the moment. Seem aware of what's going on, but They
That's just
seem
the
to.
fleeting thought. I was just like, man, I could probably kill him right now. Like, it wouldn't.
Do it.
I don't think anybody could stop me at this point.
Let's fucking go.
Well, not before we get some more information first.
Let's fucking
Please.
go. No, just
Please.
Can I? Is it appropriate for me to break out the bottle of wine in my inventory for this occasion?
Ooh. Yes.
Should I wait
Oh,
till
were you
later?
asking
Should I
me?
wait till later?
Wine with dinner? Hell yeah.
Bust it out.
Okay. I'll bust it
Bust
out. Let me
it.
remove. Do I actually still have it? Let me check my.
I have wine if you
I did
don't.
remove it.
Who's doing the cooking? Was
I
it
do.
the kids?
I'll just.
Yeah, it seemed to be the kids kind of sharing household chores kind of thing. It's a fairly decent but simple meal. You see some kind of roast venison that's, of good looking quality. Roasted vegetables, pretty standard stuff. Nothing like exceptional, but a nice meal.
Do Sylvan have that old wives' tale around them like they do in IRL about eating their food?
Hard to say. You
Hard to say.
haven't necessarily finished or haven't even started the meal yet necessarily. So as you all settle in, Oberhassel turns to you once again, kind of his jowls quivering. He has a large tankard of some ale.
His jowls, they quivered
Like a
expectantly.
pug.
He says,
This
fucking
really quivers
basset-
my jowls.
Basset hound.
My
"Please, my
God.
friends, be at ease. Let us share this food and as friends, and we shall speak freely. You are welcome here in my home, and we are welcoming you as our family. Now, this is a party after all. Lorcan, please, break open the last cask of our ale for our friends. And Lorcan will go and break open a nice cask of Cadwenny ale that seems, fine quality, nothing fancy, but for a meal in the forest, it's nice to have some ale. You were all
This
poured.
is so occult.
And so you all settle in. It's everyone smiling, chatting. Kilton, the girl next to you, seems to be of about the same, maybe 13 or 14. Fairly thin build, but seems like she has a very much has worked already a lot. She has really strong shoulder muscles and very strong grip. You can see when she's tearing into her food. Somebody that has worked a lot already.
A peasant.
A minor.
Understood.
A minor.
I don't.
Yes.
Yeah,
A minor,
obviously
minor.
they're all minors.
A minor. She yearns for
Roger.
She does not yearn for the mines.
She turns to you, Kilton, and she says, "So, where are you from?"
Oh, Lyria, Rivia, outlying
So
lands.
far? What brings you this far north?
Business. And, I guess reverse business, going home from business. We were farther north, if you can believe that.
There isn't much farther north than this. Well, I
We were
hope to
at
see.
the North Pole.
Really? I've heard tales of such a place, but I've never really left the valley. But I hope to visit Lyria and Cadwin one day, perhaps. And
That's not too far, is it? No. I hear it's not the best place to visit these days. Maybe when things settle down, but Edwin, sort of, a red flag when you go, I suppose. Well,
I
sorry,
don't know.
I realize he's talking to a 13-year-old, and he's like, "Why the fuck am I talking about this?" Well, that's nice, sweetie. Well, enjoy your dinner.
talking
Don't
about
worry about the horrors of war.
active war front with a 13-year-old.
Oh, you don't want to go to the place you've always dreamed of going because there's a war on. Well, there was a war on.
Yeah, there is going to be a war on.
I mean, no, well, there was a war on with Redania.
There have been
and
several
Caitlin.
wars on.
Not even counting Nilfgaard.
War's on. Ding, ding, ding.
Mare, the young guy next to you, who fits the description of Lorcan, who is Tor's son, you see he's probably a little bit older, maybe 16, 17, and he turns to you, he says, So, I hope you're enjoying your meal.
I am, thank you. You're Lorcan, correct?
He looks a little taken aback. He goes, yes, I am.
Saw your missing person posters up in your hometown and was concerned. I'm glad to see you're doing all right.
I'm surprised my father even put any up, but yeah.
I'm sorry. I give him a very, very sympathetic look. Fathers are shitty.
We have to tell him.
Tell him.
We have to tell about
That
his
is-
father's scheme.
His dad's an asshole. I think he knows.
Yeah, I don't need to tell him that his dad is an asshole, and your father is an asshole, but quite an inventive one. So honestly, how we came out to be here was through one of his schemes. But that doesn't matter. You're all right, and that's all that matters. Are you
Yes,
happy here?
I hope I didn't cause much trouble back in Saints Crossing. It was, I just couldn't take anymore, and, well, I found something better, so.
If you don't mind me asking, why did you leave? I'm not. There's no judgment. I did the exact same thing when I was your age.
Well, I mean, ever since I can remember, since I was old enough to hold a hammer, my father was just raising me to work in the shop, and even when I was about 8 or 9, not old enough to hold a full-sized hammer, he had smaller ones made so I could work on smaller things in the shop, and
Baby.
he never really let me explore my own interests. He got me books once and enough learning to be able to read them, but they were only about smithing and only about the things that he cared about. And as I got older, he, didn't let me really explore anything else. Only let me work in the shop, and in my free time, I wasn't really allowed to do much else, so, well, I guess I got tired of it. I couldn't commit myself to a life like that. I like writing, and I like reading. I want to do those things.
This child, I love him. That is a very, very noble aspiration, and you're a rare sort to know what you want out of life and be brave enough to take it. So for that, I commend you.
Well, thank you.
How old are you again? Sorry.
I'm about 16.
16? That's well on the way to adulthood. Your life is your own, and only you can control the choices that you make to affect it.
Well, I'm glad you're so understanding. I never thought I'd find something like this and have friends that are looking to do the same thing.
How did you find your way into the Mistwood? Where were you intending to go?
Well, I'd packed up my things and, well, I'd heard strange music from the forest, and it was so beautiful, and, well, I thought I might explore it and check it out, and, I know there's dangerous things in the woods, bandits and monsters, but I didn't think anything so horrible could make something beautiful, so I figured I'd explore it, and I had no plans of going back to my father anyways, so, well, I headed out, and, well, I found my way here, and, well, at that point, it was just me and Nola and Oberhassel, and, well, we got to talking about our interests and our dreams, and, well, we all realized it'd be great to be able to share those things in song or dance or theater, and, well, then we thought there's probably a lot of people like me and Nola who don't want the same life we've been, locked into by our families, so.
Were you surprised when Maeve showed up?
I don't know about surprised as much as, maybe a little taken aback. Me and Maeve, we knew each other from in Saints Crossing. We grew up together, never super close, but, I knew she liked to paint and and write poetry and sing songs. And well, when we heard she was not happy with, staying at the inn for the rest of her days, then, well, I sent her a letter and told her there might be a better future for her.
Oh. Interesting.
Opheia, next to you, you see a figure of a similarly young teenager next to you. This appears to probably be one of the missing kids from Riverbend, though it's hard to say for sure. He kind of turns to you. He kind of gets a read of your garb, Opheia. He goes, well, that's a pretty cool outfit. You look like you're ready for anything, miss.
I'm not ready to be shot with a crossbow. But, I mean, other than that, yeah, I need to.
All I meant was you looked real
boots definitely
practical.
come in handy. Oh yes.
She's got a cargo skirt on.
Did Opheia answer? My God.
Well, I wonder, where do you fare from?
Oh, I go all the way. There's a small, tucked away part of the empire. It's called Angrin, but I haven't. They don't really like me over there, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I guess I can
Well,
relate. They don't like me too much in Riverbend either.
Riverbend's a lot closer. You
It is, but maybe
think you'd
one
ever
day.
go back?
No, I don't think so. I think it'd be nice to visit Anger, like where you're from. Is that what you said it was called?
No, it's Angrin. Anger is, I mean,
Emotion.
it's not really a place you choose to visit. It just sort of comes at you at the least opportune moments.
Well, maybe I'll visit there someday, or I don't know. I've heard there's
Oh, you will.
many.
Sorry, I'm speaking metaphorically. I mean, if you do visit Angrin, I mean, the wildlife when I was there was. While I was there, was very lush. There's not that many places like it left. I hope it's held up. Are you inclined to travel?
Well, I don't really want to stay here. I don't get along so well with, my aunt and my dad. Just Riverbend's such a closed-minded place. My father wants me to be a farmer, and I like farming. I do. I love it, but I don't want to do it here. I want to do it somewhere warm, somewhere beautiful.
I don't think. I mean, I am very partial to my home in Nilfgaard, but I mean, with the war, it's changing citizenship is it's a complicated process. I mean, there's the Elder Lands. What's left of it? I guess actually maybe I shouldn't convince you to. I guess there's not that many places safe.
I don't know how
but
many.
there's always demand for farmers. That's a good profession.
It is. It's a profession that's been in my family for as long as I know, but I don't know. I tire of potatoes and cabbages, and I love things that bloom and grow. And
Oh, he wants to be a flower farmer.
Mr. Borsus, he's showed me a little bit about some of the wild things that grow in in here in the Mistwood, how to harvest them and how to harvest them responsibly and to care for them. I want to do something like that, but somewhere warm where it doesn't snow.
Maybe Druid.
Well, there's I'm trying to think about any advice here. Well, if you are moving, go with a caravan for sure. I think those places are going to be better than.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea. We want to stick together for safety, but, it also just means we have folks we know, and, well, I think our plans are all to head south at some point. I don't know. But I know it's going to be better than here. Kaspar.
Are we...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Kaspar, you are hanging out by the wagon, eating your little bowl of soup with some bread, and you see that the rock troll gets up from his little stool that he has, like a little 3-foot stool, one of those camp things. It's like a folding wooden camp stool. He kind of gets up and carries it with him, and he sets it down. He goes, "What the?"
What?
Vodka.
What the fuck are you saying?
Neil vodka.
His name is vodka, or he wants vodka.
Need vodka.
Kaspar, go ahead and give us a, I'm going to say deduction check.
Okay. Kaspar's.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
shit ass. Are you kidding me? On this?
Said vodka.
Come on.
It appears as
Fuck-ass
though
games.
with a 32 that Flip the Rock Troll is politely trying to get you to move as you appear to be in the way of his stash of vodka that he has slung under the cart. It's in one of those little hidden pocket things under the side of the carriage.
Hidden compartment.
He gently kind of he's as politely as he knows how trying to get you to move. If you step out of the way, he
he
pushes
just kind
open.
of he saddles he sidesteps essentially. He wants to keep as much visibility, he wants to keep as much vision on everyone as possible, so he just kind of awkwardly side strafes.
Flip pushes open this compartment, revealing a cask, probably a 3-gallon jug of some sort of very strong vodka type spirit. The smell alone kind of wafts over to you as he uncorks it. He pulls out from this little compartment 2 not drinking horns, just sort of probably carved wooden cups, and pours probably a 3-cup portion, measuring cup, 3 measuring cups worth of vodka into each of these, and hands you one, and he downs the other one. He goes, "Vodka."
Oh, thank you. Kaspar will just fucking down it.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. Vodka. Fuck.
Vodka,
That's all.
friend.
I suppose.
He pours you another, and himself another.
Yeah.
Vodka, friend.
I cheers him. Why the fuck not? I'm in a weird enough situation. I might as well.
The troll has been trying to get all these children to drink vodka with him, and they're not complying.
They do not like vodka.
They do not like vodka, so he has a drinking friend now.
Man, this shit is medicinal. Should just down the second glass.
It is
We're not a
very
witcher, you
strong.
would go
It's
blind.
essentially, yeah, like a like some sort of grain alcohol, probably obtained from somewhere along town. Kaspar, I'm gonna have you go ahead and let's see, do a endurance check for
All
me.
right.
Could go blind.
If I had a good meal, right?
You did. You've just finished a good meal, so you will have a +1 to both of those.
Cool. I'll
Or, I'm sorry,
put
I think
in-
a good meal's 2.
I'll put in
Simple
one
is 1.
luck. Oh, cool. So I get a +2 to stay.
Nice. It's starting to like fingertips tingling a little bit, but you're not getting drunk off of it. But it's strong. He pours you a third cup as he goes, "Vodka, friend, blue boy."
Does he seem like he's getting fucked up now?
No, he seems fine too.
Okay. I'm wondering, here's the thing. Kaspar does want to stay a little bit lucid in this specific situation. Oh, I just thought of something really funny. Flip, right?
Yeah.
You know who loves vodka? Other
Flip.
vodka friend.
Flip love vodka.
New vodka friend. You see,
You.
New vodka friend.
I'm gonna point over to I point over to Opheia and I say,
My God.
the white-haired one loves vodka friend.
Vodka friend.
Yes.
Flip no. Flip no. Vodka friend. He pours you another and then takes his keg and starts shambling over here.
Okay.
Oh dear.
The
The troll is coming closer to us.
Kaspar is going to just like very quickly you know what? No, he'll just drink the last cup.
Oh, not the last one, but I don't want any more.
Give us
he just
one
thinks
more
that-
endurance check. The DC will be a little bit higher now.
It's imperative to know that Kaspar has a shithead sense of humor and thinks it would be very funny if this troll keeps trying to bully Opheia because he knows that she'll probably not say no to him.
That's what we need, a drunk druid.
21, you're still fine. All right. With that, as the dinner kind of clambers on, you're able to kind of chat with, some of the kids and kind of get a sense of them. The main thing you all notice is they all seem to be in quite good spirits, kind of laughing and chattering amongst themselves, but also welcoming you and asking you about your travels and your adventures, getting to know each of you individually, kind of showing interest in the things that you are interested in and where you've been and where you're going and all of those exciting things. As the dinner winds down and the ale glasses become half empty, half full, you settle in. How much does everyone drink of the ale?
Uh-oh.
I probably have one glass.
I am not drinking any of this alcohol.
I think I'll go one glass of ale and then some wine.
Nice.
'Cause we brought the wine, right?
If just to fit in, I'll have a little bit of Opheia's wine, but I won't drink anything else. Like I'll have like a half glass of wine.
Maybe I'll
Sure.
have two things of ale. Why
Absolutely.
not?
I won't have.
Weird. It'll look weird if I don't drink, but I don't want to drink anything that they're offering.
And Mara, so looking around, you notice that Winnie and Macklin don't actually drink themselves. You notice that like Lorcan and Nola and Maeve all have like a small glass of ale, like
Sippy cups.
sippy cups of ale, not like a huge, but like a half pint maybe. And
We
you
just
notice that
haven't infantilizing
Ambrose
these
has
children.
like
They're
3
all,
full
like,
pints
16.
of ale.
Bro.
They're like this world's like they are basically adults in this world.
They're basically adults in this world. I can't keep infantilizing them, but like, there's Mari's 95. Everyone's a baby. All these children are babies to her.
Opheia's a baby.
It's true.
So yeah, Opheia and Kilton, you both have a glass or 2 of ale over the course of dinner. Not enough to get drunk or anything like that. It's fine, nothing fancy, but beyond a little tipsy, you don't have any negative effects from that. And then Mara, if you have a glass of wine, same thing. Julian also has like 3 or 4 pints of ale with his dinner, so he's gonna do a endurance. Oh, he doesn't. Oh God, he does not have good endurance.
Oh my God, what is your roll? Please.
Oh, no, he's fine for now. He's
Okay.
fine for now.
Yay.
But yeah,
I was thinking about sticking the troll on him just because I think that would be very funny.
that would be very funny.
You got to keep him alive.
He's
We
our
don't- we-
paycheck. I can't get him killed.
We cannot kill our paycheck with alcohol poisoning.
He's gonna do that himself later.
Once he gets to Tucson, because then he doesn't have to pay to drink in Tucson.
So as the party starts to die down, Oberhassel, who has also had, a decent 2 or 3 pints of ale and has finished off one of the like veal legs that's here, he turns to all of you, kind of, smiling jovially down at you. His chair is kind of elevated in almost a throne-like capacity, so he's also quite large, so he's kind of looking down at you all physically, and he goes, "Oh, well, now that we've all had our supper, how about a bit of entertainment? If you are all amenable and don't have anywhere else to be, a captive audience I do love."
We'd love that. Thank you.
I
Well,
concur.
a little bit exciting. I don't mean to get you all too riled up this early in the evening, but
This guy's a pervert.
we were planning to rehearse our new play, The Comedy
no,
of
it's
Hearts
worse.
Entwined. It's set to start at midnight, a little bit from now. Why don't you make yourselves comfortable while we prepare?
Oh, he's doing it more.
What? What is the name of the play?
Wait.
Hearts
The name of the
Entwined?
play, he said, where did it go? He says, it's our new play, The Comedy of Hearts Entwined. Set to start at midnight.
Is this a comedy or a tragedy?
It's the comedy of Hearts Entwined.
So it's a comedy.
It's a
Comedy.
comedy, but not all comedies are actually comedies.
Well, you'll just have to tune
just have
in
to
at
see.
midnight and see.
Oh,
He's
God.
really trying to sell it. This guy is
Guys, the greatest
Not-
showman.
Caspar,
Not
like
to,
almost. If anybody even like looks over to Caspar, the second he says that, Caspar just gets like this horrified look on his face.
Oh God, the theater. His
I don't.
Casper's greatest enemy.
I don't want to question artistic choices, but isn't midnight sort of a poor choice for visibility on stage?
Well, we like to be a little bit theatrical here, and, well, we are our own audience, and, well, look at the time. It's already 10:30. Midnight seems suiting, don't you think?
We like to be
I
a little
actually-
bit naughty here.
I didn't bring my sundial, so I'll have to take your word on that.
A sundial didn't work. Nighttime.
10:30 at night.
And we're- oh God.
That's why I have
work
this
on the
watch
fire.
that it keeps track of things a lot more easily.
I'll need to get one of those, I suppose.
Fuck, did he get a watch?
I don't know, it's the Witcher world. Probably some World War II pilot that flew through a hole in the sky or something and
Oh my god!
That was-
the Bermuda Triangle.
Amelia
He got it
Earhart.
from Amelia.
That was Kilton.
Thank you. I was literally going to say that.
He's secretly from World War II.
Oh my god! Just like Balnor.
That was World War One.
That was
Spoilers.
He was a trenchman. He was a trenchman.
Oh my god!
Bobby?
Did the other
Bobby?
there was kit set up for 2 other Scoia'tael. Did they ever show?
They have not showed up yet. You see Borsus and this other Scoia'tael, who you do recognize from the sawmill as well. You saw her in passing as they were fleeing, and but no sign of the other one. Just their kit for now. Seems as though they might be on an overnight hunting trip or further afield.
I wonder if they're working.
I would
With this
like
guy.
to. Talk to them.
Sure. Yeah, they're just chatting amongst themselves quietly by the fire.
Okay, I walk over then. As they get ready to I'm guessing that they have to clean up after dinner and then set up.
Yeah, the kids
Like-
start scattering and start kind of, piling dishes and, running them back and forth. And you
Does
see,
Borsus do any work, or does he just sit around?
sorry, who?
Not Borsus. Does Oberhassel do any work, or does he just sit around?
He seems to be preparing the stage area. He's
Okay,
moving
so
the he's doing some of the more physical stuff. So he's
Cult leadership.
clearly very strong. So he's moving the big tables in his chair and stuff. The kids are running the dishes and that kind of thing.
This place stinks.
As you approach, Borsus kind of turns and looks at you. He kind of gives a little bit of an almost half nod. The other Scoia'tael, a female elf, doesn't really acknowledge you, and he turns to you and goes, well met. What can I help you with, friend?
I'm not your friend.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I thought we had built so much rapport at the sawmill, showing we're on the same side and all.
When you tried to kill us, you mean? I'll say Kaspar is
please.
trying to keep his voice down. He doesn't really want it to be a big thing. He's not necessarily trying to be stealthy, but he's definitely trying to not freak the kids out.
Please. I didn't try and kill you. Don't be so close-minded. You showed up in a tense situation, and I didn't know who you were. I met your friend, and all he claimed was that he was an ally of some sort, and, well, I told him to prove it, and he did. And so, here you all are, unharmed.
Yes.
Now, I apologize about the little Endrega Arrakis situation. A little messy, I have to admit, but, we had to cover our bases. We had already lost a few of our own, and, well, I couldn't risk more.
I don't take kindly to people putting my party in jeopardy. I hope you understand that. And the only thing that's keeping me from killing you right now is that this camp is full of children, which I'm assuming is what you were counting on. If you aren't using this if you aren't being paid to be here.
No. We've simply found that our group's interests are aligned, much as your group and ours was previously aligned at the sawmill. Now, I fully understand putting one's group, one's friends, one's companions at risk is, can leave a bitter taste in the mouth, and I do apologize about that. Situations arise, and I did what I needed to do to keep my friends alive. You see he begins to reach into his kind of leather vest.
Kaspar kind of puts his hand on his starts to reach for his sword when he sees this.
He's gonna pay us.
He pulls out what appears to be a small sort of stainless steel or sterling silver. It's all hard to tell. Some sort of silver whistle. It's on a leather cord. He kind of pulls it off of from around his neck and tosses it up to you. He goes, "Here, why don't you take this? maybe it'll serve you as well as it did me and my group, and maybe it'll, well, maybe patch things over a little bit. It's an interesting little contraption I came up with some time ago. It's any Endregas or Arrakis within hearing distance are attracted to it. It kind of drives them a little batty, if you will. They don't like it, but it will draw them towards you. Can be useful.
I don't usually... This guy's a human, as far as I can tell, right?
As far as you can know. Now, go ahead and give us a human perception check. As you actually... This is the first time you've gotten a chance to be, like, up close to him within a few meters.
See how low we can go.
Good luck. Fucking hell, how?
Yeah, this guy just seems... I mean, yeah, he's probably human. Looks like human. He's got
Can't
like...
even tell if he's human, of all things.
He's got longer hair. It's over his ears. Like, he's probably
long
human.
hair. Who knows what race he is?
He's like of average human height, but he could be a really tall dwarf, maybe. You know, it's hard to tell.
The teeth don't lie. Check his teeth.
He's probably not a Vran, like from your best guess.
What is the Scoia'tael doing here?
Well, same thing they're doing everywhere. Surviving. It's a little different up here. There's fewer, and, well, we have to be a little... Not a little. We have to be a lot smarter about what we're able to achieve. I fell in with Catilla and a number of our other companions. We're down to only 4 now, but there was almost a dozen this time last year. We've been focusing mainly on hitting some of the industry where it hurts, showing the people that maybe they shouldn't be so complacent with the policies of those in power. It's maybe not effective, but, well, maybe it will be. Who's to say?
I have no qualms with the Scoia'tael. Do not like you. If you endanger us again, I will kill you.
Understood. And the same to you, my friend.
I'm assuming you are the leader of this group.
Oh no, we don't have anything as formalized as a leader, but you might call me the spokesperson.
The leader, then. You are responsible.
Well, we're all responsible in our own ways, but sure, if
I
leader...
don't like the words you use. Speak plainly.
All right then, my friend. For you, I'm the leader. How's that?
I'm looking for an elf. Her name is Shima. Have you heard of her?
Fucked up if he was like, my girlfriend Shima.
My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
We got married 20 years ago. It's our anniversary. My wife. No.
Yeah. Out of the tent comes Borat. He goes,
That's my wife.
I don't even know if that part's going to be in the episode, but
no.
Borat returns.
Yeah, oh my god, no context, Borat. Is there ever context for Borat?
No context.
There's never context for Borat.
Always my wife. It's always triggered by my wife.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, the movie.
Or great. For me, it's great success.
They both don't. You don't notice any reaction on their facial expressions, especially with your 4. But from your best guess, it doesn't seem like they recognize it. Borsus kind of gives a kind of a quizzical look to Catilla, and he goes, I do not know the name. We come across many elves in our travels, but we've been here in the north for a good while. It's not unusual to not be aware of every other Scoia'tael.
Fine. If you do come across or hear word of her, never mind. I am leaving now.
Someone important to you?
Yes.
Well,
Very.
keep our eyes and ears open then.
Thank you. Scurries away. Scurry.
All right, the rest of you, what are the rest of you doing while the troupe prepares for their midnight rehearsal?
I want to get everyone in an area away from earshot so I can tell people what we're dealing with.
All right.
Sure, yeah.
I was about to do a huddle for other reasons, but
Sure.
Wait, this can be a
Quick,
multi-purpose
everybody,
huddle.
huddle up.
Yeah, it's probably like you see Kaspar like awkwardly slink away from his conversation with the Scoia'tael.
Oop, double Mares. Uh-oh.
2 Mares.
2 Mares. Reload.
Just the two of us.
Girls, the 2 of us.
Two Mares on my screen. Probably not on stream screen.
Just the two of us.
God, 2 Mares would be insufferable, and I play her.
There would only be one Mare after about a day and a half.
Yeah.
Mare learned cloning, and the clone instantly kills the real one.
Yeah.
No, it would be like a spy versus spy, like they're constantly trying to kill each other. But
We
they
just
are
leave
equally
Mare
matched.
behind as her clone thing becomes a whole bit.
What if
All
we
right,
just
you're-
fully ignore one of the Mares, regardless of whether or not it's the clone? So it's just like,
Either they try to kill themselves, or they become the perfect research partners. Because what better research partner than someone who has your exact same brain and knows what you want at all times?
Somebody who has a different brain and can provide other insights.
Mare doesn't want different insights. Actually,
Just
no,
bad
that's just your new
research, man.
girlfriend. I think that
I was
Mare
gonna
is that
say,
level
they
of
will.
narcissist.
You know.
No, she's not that much of a narcissist. She's not
All right,
that
you
much
guys
of a
all
narcissist at
huddle
all.
up and find a quiet
She's not.
area away from kind of the main group. There's still like, some of the kids coming and going, getting stuff for the play, so you guys will have to keep it a little bit low. But we'll do a check afterwards. So what are you guys doing?
I fill them in on what my big crits informed me of last time. Of what exactly Oberhassel is. What he can generally do is listed in legend. And it feels not smart to posit my theory that this is a semi-manipulative cult, but yeah, I'll just share that I think something is amiss here, or not as it seems, is what I feel like it's going. I don't have a basis for that, but something feels off here.
well, we do need to do more investigation regardless, because if we take this as face value,
Which I don't think we should.
well, if we do, we can't return the children home because, we could, but
That'd be
They
very
would be.
cruel.
they would be unwilling and we'd be giving them worse lives. And I guess the problem with that is if we told the truth to the town,
No one will believe us.
that's a best case scenario, but if we insisted on showing them proof, guiding them through the woods, we'd be leading them to, as you just put it, a very powerful being who probably wouldn't take kindly to them showing up. So
What do I know about, now that I know for sure that it's that he's a relict, what do I know about relicts in general?
Well, you know generally the same information that Mare passed on. Let's see. In addition, I mean, like, just recalling that, go ahead and give us a Witcher training check.
Sure thing, boss. I so thought it was gonna fumble just then. Oh my god.
24. Nice. All right. So you know that in this particular instance, this relic is a Sylvan. I would say for that, you know, like tactically, as far as getting a gauge for Oberhassel, if you had to fight a Sylvan or a relic like this, you would want to start probably from a distance and aim to disorient him before, you know, moving in. You know that despite his strength, Sylvans do tend to be actually weak to fire, even though they can kind of manipulate fire. They're also weak to poisoning, and they're also easier to stun, sometimes due to their size, that easier compared to other creatures of this size. So you know that like something like relic oil would likely be quite effective against a creature like this if you had to fight it. And yeah, I guess, is there anything else in particular you're looking for in this instance?
No, that's basically it. Kaspar only feels safe in a situation if he knows how to kill everything in his vicinity. So
Yeah.
But this is a thinking creature. Could we verbally combat it into letting the kids go? Or at least letting them go home to explain to their parents what they've done?
once again, there's no evidence that he's holding them here hostage.
So maybe we convince the kids to go back with us just temporarily, and we'll defend their decisions.
Why not just...
I'm going to have
leave
everyone
them
go ahead
be?
and give me a stealth check now as you're discussing this.
Oh,
Uh-oh. I'm going to put some luck into this because I have no stealth bonus.
Kaspar does just
yeah, I
straight up
also
say,
don't-
why not just leave them be? They're
I'll also put
obviously
some luck into
happier here.
this.
I will
Because
also
their
put some luck into
Families,
this.
families do not seem to...
Because I don't want my underclassmen to get hanged for crimes they didn't commit.
Well, that's on them for not defending themselves well enough.
Fuck you. Actually, fuck you.
Just don't worry
Yeah,
about
sorry,
the stealth check.
Kaspar, but Kaspar, regardless of your opinions of the lodge, that's not an option, and it's not a. I mean, what we could decide the lesson is real after all, and say we slew it, but that all of the children have just are just bones. What are we doing?
That's a plan.
It's at that point,
That's
Opheia, that you hear a sound behind you. It sounds like something. Sounds of snapping twigs, heavy
Uh-oh.
footsteps. You hear pushing through the brush directly behind you, Opheia, and you smell it before you see it. It is the hulking form of Flip as he pushes through, holding
Oh.
Hi,
two
Flip.
giant
Vodka
cups
friend.
of vodka. He goes, "Vodka friend." He has apparently been trying to chase you down the whole evening and has finally found you here with his
Kaspar just starts like coughing, like really like like he's obviously trying to hide laughter, but he's just like coughing and
Opheia's just looking this guy up and down. It's like, hi, I'm Opheia. Hello. What's your name?
Flip. Vodka friend.
Flip Vodka Friend.
Family name.
family name.
Yes, vodka friend.
Oh, I see.
Oh, Faye, you can't possibly turn him down.
I I just extend my hands out.
Thirsty vodka friend. Very good. Vodka
Very
friend.
I'm just gonna nurse my giant beverage.
He gives you a big gulp of vodka.
Yeah.
Bucket of vodka.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be carrying this around, I think.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Flip. It's gonna take me a little bit to top this off, I think.
He looks at the rest of you, kind of moving up to Kilton. He goes,
Vodka friend?
Sure, why not? Can't
Vodka.
be cursed, right?
Oh,
It's from a troll. Gotta trust it. Always trust a troll, they say.
trust the troll. Vodka.
he
Andy?
pours you a big.
Vindication after all these episodes.
Right? I offer him some candy.
Oh, whip love candy.
All trolls do. And wine. And all people do too, for what it's
Vodka
worth.
friend have wine?
Yeah, wine. I'll sell it to you for 20 crowns.
Oh, whip have no funds.
Oh, well, you're giving away all this vodka. Why don't you start selling it to people instead?
Troll learns capitalism.
Vodka for funds?
Yeah, goods. Here, you know what? I'll start. I give him 10 crowns for the vodka.
Vodka funds.
Vodka
Yeah.
fund. Yeah.
Oh
now
god,
don't
you
take it
corrupted this innocent
Free
mind.
anymore. Here, you know what? And I'll sell you wine for 10 crowns.
Wine? No,
Yeah, here
vodka.
you go.
Vodka funds.
He is.
Oh.
Oh, he's gonna
Kilton,
buy
go ahead
more
and give us a
vodka.
persuasion check. I doubt he's going to turn down your wine, but he will try.
He thinks the money can only be exchanged for vodka. Christ.
Got to be to
Oh my
16
God.
easily. Yeah, he
Easily.
does. He hands you back the 10 crowns for the
Oh
bottle
my
of wine.
god.
He kind of
Here's the
pockets it.
wine.
He goes, oh,
Wait,
vodka.
where?
His pockets.
Funds.
He's wearing a fanny pack.
He does. Yeah,
Man, this guy.
he's actually got like 4 fanny packs. They're just like in different
Oh my
arrangements.
god, he has a utility belt.
God, he would do numbers at the rave.
No, he just has one regular belt and then a fanny pack's like tied around it,
Oh my god.
hanging off like a gladiator's belt.
I think at this point, Kaspar actually does like break down and start laughing, but it's just like a horrible,
would-
like wheezing cackle.
I drink some
Just like-
vodka straight.
Flip turns to you, Mara, and goes,
Vodka funds.
he holds out his like empty cup.
I'm,
Come on, pay the man.
Flip, thank you for the offer. I don't drink vodka.
Yes,
Oh.
you do. Well,
No
he's
vodka
fundraising. You have to, please. It'll show him it's possible, and then he will do it later.
Okay, I will pay. I will pay him what, like 10? Will you pay him 10 crowns?
Yes.
I'll pay him
So
10.
much.
So much money.
Then just sell him something
really
else to
gotta-
get it back.
Yeah, I will.
I really
You're
gotta-
trading stuff you have for vodka.
Yes, I am.
Someone like 2 apples or something.
I'll sell him a pipe and tobacco is what I'll sell him.
Ooh, okay.
Oh
Mara, go ahead and give us a
my
persuasion
Get
check
hooked
for
on
that.
tobacco.
We're corrupting
We come
the
back
youth.
next time. He has a full
Smoke this
stein
shit.
full of vodka and a cigar like the size of a log.
Ooh.
God, I wish that were me. That sounds awesome.
Oh no.
No. Flip
No.
does not smoke. Bad for lungs.
Good man.
Vodka.
Man,
Uh,
vodka's
Bad
good for your lungs.
Vodka.
Vodka's probably not
oh,
bad for
pay
your
him.
lungs. I'm not a
just to
doctor.
pay into
Oh my god, I
this
want to draw like an
ruse.
anti-smoking PSA, but starring Flip.
It just has like a gallon of vodka.
Am I seriously paying?
Wait, can I?
Am
No
I
Sorry,
seriously?
can I ask why?
Vodka.
Can I ask why you're why you're so intent on purchasing something that you don't drink? I don't
To pay
mean to be rude.
to it's a troll. When a troll asks you to do something, you usually say yes.
Like getting a car wash from a bunch of like high school kids. You're not doing it for a clean
I'm not
car.
trying.
You're
I'm
doing
trying,
it to
I'm
raise money
trying
for the
to-
band.
I'm trying
or
to keep
whatever.
spirits amiable, is what I'm
Mhm.
doing. I'm trying to keep the vibes going.
We need one ally on our side for when the
Yes.
shit goes south and
Yes,
the kids
we
accuse
do.
us of killing Barney or whatever the fuck.
I will pay him 10 crowns for a vodka, but that I will not drink and just give to Kaspar.
Vodka funds.
He shambles off, his excitement palpable as he
We have taught the troll capitalism.
goes to help do
They
final
They haven't
setup and
all of
everything.
them at
No,
some
we've
point.
taught him mercantilism. We haven't taught him capitalism.
Caspar wipes
At least
tears
that's
out of
Druid
his
as well.
eyes as he's like doubled over. He just like looks at all of you.
I bought you a drink. and I hand him the vodka. We need some proof.
I don't know the last time I laughed like that.
Oh my god, you were laughing.
Not what that was. I thought will-o-wisps were sneaking up on us.
Don't be
Well,
rude.
Oh,
I
well,
just,
come on. He wants to laugh, doesn't he? What's one more joke?
Child.
Yes, it's at this point that you notice that Ambrose had overheard at least a few of you talking. And oh, sorry, actually, nope,
Shit, hold
not
on.
Ambrose. Maeve had overheard a few of you talking, and
Maeve.
has kind of approached your group a little bit. She has like a handful of like half assembled costumes and what appears to be like a wig made out of some vines and a few other things. And she kind of like it seems as though she mainly overheard you, Opheia, but it kind of turns to the group and she says, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your private conversation, but I did. And well, I just
Fair.
wanted to say that you know we're happy to go talk to our parents, but we're afraid they won't let us come back. And
Oh, we're not
We're
gonna. Well, if you want to come back and they're going to protest, we're going to be on your side.
you will?
Absolutely.
We didn't
Well-
give a fuck about your parents.
We know that our
You're an adult. You can make decisions about your own life.
Well, I
Well-
think the oldest one is like 16, right?
Yeah, there's definitely some like 9-year-olds here, right?
Maeve is the oldest. She's about 17. And then it goes, there's a few that are like, Nola looks like about 13. Winnie looks about like 12 or 13.
Okay, those ones
we're-
might be harder to convince, but like,
Yeah.
But they've
And
also, yeah.
so Maeve, she says to you, she goes, I mean, we understand that us up and leaving has caused quite the uproar. We're not blind to it. We know what's going on, but we're afraid if we go back and our parents won't let us return and things might get worse really quickly. We'll go with you to help explain, but you should talk to Oberhassel about it. But it might get complicated. But we want to stay here. This is where we
understand
want to be.
that.
We just can't leave yet. We still need some things before we can hit the road, and we have to wait for spring to fully come.
Why?
Well, with the
Can't
carts and
travel.
all, it's hard for us. And Nola and Winnie, they're young, and we want to have the best traveling conditions we can. We got to wait at
Oh,
least
right.
another few weeks.
you being there in person would be the best to explain that you are not dead or deceased or kidnapped. You left of your own free will. And I'm mainly just trying to keep my friends from being hung. They've been accused of kidnapping you all, and I'm trying to make sure that they don't die.
I think you mean hanged.
Hanged. That's what I meant.
Are your friend? Never mind.
Hung sorceress promise.
Shush.
Shush, you fucking degenerate.
It was funnier to
You
just
fucking man
allude
of
to
high
it.
taste.
You man of high taste.
Maeve says,
I'm trying to keep my friends from being hanged for a crime that they didn't commit, a crime that didn't even occur.
I understand that. I know that Winnie and Macklin, that they've been, well, Riverbend has been in an uproar since they've left, and that was about a week and a half ago now. And, well, I know that people are sure to assume that it's those new sorceresses up in the lodge, and I'd hate for something bad to happen because of us.
I say we just lie and say that it was a Lushan that we've taken care of.
I say we don't lie for one reason. Population growing. More children disappear. It's revealed that we lied. Blame goes back to the sorcerers all over again.
There is no
Or to us.
reason.
They're leaving, aren't they? You're leaving the Mistwood in a few
We're hoping
weeks.
to. We're gonna head towards Ardcarrig and then potentially south or east, somewhere warmer. And we've got our troupe. We've been rehearsing quite a bit. We're gonna hopefully put on shows and be able to make money on that.
And you know what they say: changes in latitude, changes in attitude. Never a problem going south. Well, aside from the war, but once you get past that, it's probably pretty nice. You got some thespians on the way, I hear.
Do you think? Do you think signed and written letters with personal tokens, something that could only be from them, would suffice? I don't know.
Parents don't want to give up control of their children.
Oh no, like, I miss my dad. I'm gonna write him a letter. Oh, it never got delivered. Oh, I got eaten by the Leshen.
I think that,
This is all we found of him.
look, the one thing that people usually have in common when it comes to children is control or apathy. I'm assuming that if we lie to the parents who don't give a shit, they're not going to ask too much after us. And the parents that don't want to give control are not going to let their children go.
Lorcan's father doesn't give a shit, but Maeve's father does.
Yes, and probably doesn't want to give up control.
I think my dad would understand if I talked to him. I didn't have the heart. I was afraid he wouldn't let me, but I think he'd understand if I explained it to him. But it's probably gonna be Ambrose and Winnie and Macklin who's gonna be a lot more challenging. Their situation is, well, their families have a vested interest in them and their futures.
I say we don't need to bring everybody with us. We just need a few eyewitnesses.
I still say we should lie. There's no reason.
It's at this time that you hear a loud clanging bell echoing through the glade. It's a musical sounding bell, not necessarily just a loud, annoying noise, but a nice sound. And it draws your attention as you see that the group is ready for their rehearsal. Oberhassel goes,
Please, everyone, come, settle in for our rehearsal of our show.
and even the Scoia'tael seem to make their way over.
Well, might as well.
Let's head over.
Lunch over.
All right.
Won't let me
As you
move.
settle in to your seats,
Casper's
Julian
gonna be off to the
taking
side.
let's see, Ramin finds a seat next to the Scoia'tael. Borsus takes a seat. You see that in like the 20 minutes it's been, somehow Flip has fashioned himself like one of those little like cigarette tray things and is making his
my
way through the
fucking
crowd.
God.
And he's going,
Vodka, puppet corn.
You just tied together.
he's got little snacks and
Wait, he just tied together a plate and 2 fanny packs. Hold on.
He buckled them together.
a cigarette girl flip. Ugh,
Oh my god.
I
dude.
love it.
With that, the play begins as you see Oberhassel with a snap of his fingers. The small little candle flames at the front of the stage ignite with the little reflectors bouncing back some light and casting a glow onto the stage as the show begins. And that is where we will wrap up for now.